In Unit 16, Part 1, we're going to talk about the circumference and area of a circle. Circumference and area should both be reviewed, but then we're going to use the circumference and the area to find radii and diameters, which might be new for you. So let's go over a couple definitions. A circle is all points in a plane that are the same distance from a fixed point. So you all know what a circle looks like. You know that the center is the fixed point that's in the middle. So this red dot would be the center. Okay, imagine I put that in the center. And then the circle is everything that's the same distance around it. So that's the center. The radius is the distance from the center to the edge of the circle. So from the center out to the edge would be a radius. We can have multiple radii. They're all the same distance then. And then the diameter is the distance across the circle to the center. So if we went from one edge through the center all the way to the opposite edge, that would be our diameter. And then the circumference is just the distance around the circle. So circumference is around. It's like the perimeter. It's the perimeter of a circle, basically. So the next part says finding the circumference of a circle. This is just straight out of your book. The circumference C of a circle is the product of pi and the diameter, or twice the product of pi and the radius. So hopefully you remember that the diameter is the same thing as twice the radius. And the radius is from the center out, and so you're basically putting two radii together to form a diameter. So there's two ways you can find the circumference. You can do pi times diameter, or 2 pi r. It says find the circumference of the circle, use 3.14 or 22 over 7 for pi, round to the nearest whole number. I prefer that you use 3.14. You can use whatever you want, but that's what I'm going to use. So our first example, we have a circle with a diameter of 13. You notice the diameter because it goes all the way across the circle. So our circumference is just going to be pi times diameter. So our circumference in this case is 3.14 times 13. I plug it in my calculator. I round to the nearest whole number. I get 41 inches. Okay, circumference is like perimeter. So it's just, the units are not squared. It's just, on the next one, they give us the radius. So for the circumference, we're going to use 2 pi r in this case. So the circumference equals 2 times 3.14 times 24. I multiply those three numbers together, and I round to the nearest whole number. I'll get 151 feet. Again, this is not squared. It's just feet. Number 3, I'll leave to you guys. On the back side is what might be new. It says, for a circle with the given circumference, find the radius and the diameter of the circle, round to the nearest whole number. So we're going to kind of undo the equation that we have. So first off, we know that our equation is circumference equals pi times diameter, or 2 pi r. When we're doing things like this, it's going to be easier to use the pi times diameter formula. And now I can plug in. I know that my circumference is 44. I know that pi is 3.14, and we're looking for the diameter. So to get the diameter by itself, to get d by itself, I'm going to divide by 3.14. So when I divide that and I round it to the nearest whole number, I'll get d equals 14 feet. So that's my diameter. I also need to find the radius. To find the radius, I would just divide the diameter by 2, so I'd get 7 feet for my radius. I'll leave number 2 for you guys to do. And the next part is finding the area of a circle. So if I can get this to work, our formula for the area of a circle, if you notice, we only have one. Okay, for the circumference, we have 2 possibilities. One when you have the diameter, one when you have the radius. For a circle, we have to know the radius. For the area, we have to know the radius. So area equals pi r squared. So it says find the area of the circle, use 3.14 or 22 over 7 for pi, round to the nearest whole number. So first up, our formula is a equals pi r squared. They already give us the radius, so that makes it a little bit easier. So we do 3.14 times 15 squared. Order of operations, I have to square it first. So I would do 15 times 15, and then multiply that by 3.14. When I round that to the nearest whole number, I get 707 yards squared. Since it's area, my unit is squared. For number 2, remember that our only formula for area is area equals pi r squared. They give us the diameter, so we have to find the radius, so we just cut the diameter in half. So our radius is going to be 16 inches. So for my formula, this area equals 3.14 times radius squared. When I do 16 times 16 times 3.14, and then I round it to the nearest whole number, I'll get 804 inches squared. I'll leave number 3 for you guys to try. And then coming on the bottom, again, this is what might be new. They give you the area, they ask you for the radius and the diameter. So again, we only have one formula, A equals pi r squared, so we have to use that formula. And let's plug in what we know. The area is 907, pi is 3.14. We don't know what r squared is, or we don't know what the radius is, so we have r squared there. So to solve this, I'm going to divide by 3.14. When I do that, I'll get r squared equals 289. Okay, I rounded it to the nearest foot, so those cancel. I get 289. And then to get the radius by itself, I need a square root. When I square root, and then I wind up with 17, so that's 17 centimeters for the radius. I also need to know the diameter, so I just multiply the radius by 2. I get 34 centimeters. I'll leave number 2 for you guys to try. Make sure you fill in all the questions that I did to you. If you have any questions, feel free to ask.